My name is Hennie Romijn from Eindhoven University of Technology. And also present from our consortium is Mr. Charles Omusana from the Uganda Investment Authority. We have two other big stakeholders in this, or partners in this, and that is the Makerere University Business School, with whom we've had already several years long association, as well as the Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association. The topic that our research will engage with is the fact that many small businesses are in Eastern Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa actually remain survival activities, as our keynote speaker pointed out, so it needs very little introduction. These are the Muppets that are given in the title, in changing the mindset of Ugandan entrepreneurs from Muppets to Gazelles, and you only have to look at the picture on the right to see what we are talking about. What we want to do in the project is to engage with especially the most disadvantaged entrepreneurs in Uganda, which are women in the rural areas who have very little opportunity to grow. The main approach that we take is that we want to do research by means of surveys, but also a more ethnographic research to find out what are the factors in themselves, but also in their environment that are holding them back. Then we want to mount experiments by means of action research, actually, to find out if they can benefit from motivational training, which should be informed by the research outcomes, of course, but also in a setting, in a kind of resource center setting, where they can benefit from access to new media and kind of digital platforms, and where they can also be brought together. The outputs are in a range, of course, but I think the specific outputs, there are some listed there on the sheet, but it should really depend on what we find which is locally useful and appropriate. Of course, we will produce academic outputs, but we will also come up with policy briefs. We are planning local radio broadcasts and so on. The question was, what is the most important knowledge activity that you will undertake? And my mind resisted this question because I don't think there is one single most important knowledge activity. It is it is a number of activities that depend on one another. The most important thing is that we go into this research with a mindset that we should do it from the day one in a collaborative and interactive way in which all of us can learn and exchange, and in that way we will build joint ownership of the activities. So also the non-academics in the platform should be enabled to give us a lot of input into the research process. And then I think the most important stage perhaps is when we build on that research in the action research component, because that is where we can do actually action research, where we can link research to action and find out what works, so that we can also build outcomes that are actually seen to work. Otherwise we have no basis for good policy outcomes.